Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Mulholland, and this is Jeff Shuck, and we are the co-leaders of Plenty, calling in to or speaking to you today from our new home offices, where we have moved from our business offices in Park City, Utah, and Michigan City, Indiana, into our homes. I'm literally speaking to you from my bedroom, where I have set up my computer on my bureau. I never thought I would be converting rooms with technology, but right now every bedroom has either a computer or a TV now to stay plugged into the internet. So it's an interesting time that we're all facing with this change.
I'm feeling quite cozy in Michigan City, Indiana, which, if you don't know, is across the lake from Chicago. This is a little study that is now Plenty Midwest, and it's actually really comfortable, other than the fact that one of four kids may burst through that door at any moment. So, but this is the new world that we're all in together, not how any of us thought we'd spend St. Patrick's Day, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. We're hoping the leprechauns bring us lots of luck and love today in these, what are really, really extraordinary times. And so we wanted to share with you some thoughts and tell you a little bit about a whole bunch of resources we've created for our community and with our community over the last few days, and just give you a sense of hearing the latest about how you can be supported and strengthened through a time that's really difficult and really unprecedented.
So one of the truths, if you will, or principles that we teach and practice and find ourselves practicing moment by moment in the days that have unfolded is this idea of Lantern. Lantern is our leadership retreat for conscious leaders, and we have 4 metaphors that really become the guiding compass for how we navigate change as leaders and how we respond to uncertainty. And so one of the metaphors is this idea that we can only see what is right in front of us. This idea that if you literally took a lantern light and you put it over your head, the only place it illuminates is right around us, maybe 10 yards. And it asks us to be incredibly present within that light field. What is showing up there? What cues are happening? What do we feel? What do we sense? What do we know to be true, given the information that we have in the moment? And we feel like right now this is so important to rely on, because information, misinformation, and changing environments is happening moment by moment. So what we can see beyond this illuminated field around us is dark. It's totally unknown. It's uncharted territory. And quite honestly, we can't predict what will unfold out there. And so the way to stay centered at this very moment as a conscious leader is to bring our awareness and our attention from that darkness that's filled with anxiety, it's filled with fear, it's filled with what ifs, it's filled with the unknown, to bring us back into what we can see for ourselves right now. And it asks us that we surrender our plans of what we thought we knew to be true, because a lot of that is changing. Timelines are changing, constructs are changing, how we show up and how others show up is changing and will change. So bringing our attention back here into this space that is illuminated and only seeing what's right in front of us, trusting our wisdom, trusting our presence, trusting our knowing of how we can take the next step in that light.
This requires a lot of courage. It requires courage to loosen our grip in this way. And we're seeing that courage all around. And we're observing that when we try to hold on or we try to plan to things that we can't see, we actually create more pain and stress and anxiety for ourselves than if we just loosen our grip and let go. We've had meetings with clients all day today and yesterday and Friday, where literally things that people were spending hours and days and weeks talking and planning about are getting ripped apart. And we all have to start anew. And we have to be willing to open our hands and our hearts to that process. we have to be fluid, right? And we talk a lot about water, and when water's frozen in the winter, you can break it apart. You can take a bucket of frozen water and smash it onto the pavement. When water is thawed and warm, it's fluid, it changes, it doesn't break in ways. And so we're being called to have that courage to allow ourselves to be fluid. And it's difficult, honestly. But this is a time to remember that when Jen talks about the lantern, just because we can't see what's past the light in front of us doesn't mean it's scary, right? You yourself have probably taken a flashlight and walked out in the dark in a yard or a path that you walk all the time during the daylight. Well, at night, we make up things. We convince ourselves that noises are things we need to be afraid of, or we hear twigs breaking and we invent all these things. But if you walk the same path during the day, it's not scary at all. So if we can loosen our grip, if we can open up to the idea that just because we can't see it doesn't mean we have to be afraid of, might not make everything easier tomorrow or today, but it allows us to be more flexible and it allows us to be more present to what's actually happening.
And in that space of fluidity, we are being called to evolve as a human species. And we are so resilient, and our ability to adapt to changing environments, those examples are in nature a billion times fold. They're all over, right? And we can rely on our resiliency to adjust, to adapt, to be agile to the changing environment that has felt like solid footing. And right now it's not. But we can fundamentally trust that our ability to adapt, to be agile, to be resilient is our true nature. It is what we're made of. We're made for these times. And yes, it is going to birth a whole new way of operating, of being, of cooperating, of serving and helping each other. But that is truly what's on offer to us right now. And in that spirit, we have a few. Well, Jeff, would you like to add anything else before I
No,
move
I was going
forward?
to go into announcements.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead?
Okay. So in that spirit of like helping us share resources, inspirations, convene as a community that's committed to evolving in this way, we've created a private Facebook group called Plenty of Coronacare. And it has been mind-blowing to see the beautiful hope helpers that are coming together to support, to inspire, to help each other evolve in this way consciously. So we'd love for you to join us, and we'll happily approve you. But if you're interested in becoming a part of this movement of the Hope Helpers, please find us over there at Plenty of Coronacare on Facebook. And with that, I'm going to let my dog in because he's scratching at the door as you take over, Jeff.
We'll put the link on online. This is our new life, right? We're all working from home. I really can't believe none of my kids have come in. So we'll put the link on the video so you can see it. Again, it's Plenty of Coronacare. And I just want to say, when we say we have to approve you, you're already approved. You're a wonderful person and you know it. It just means that we have to let you into the group. We've kept it private because we just don't want it to be a place for political rants, and but we want you there. A couple other things that I wanted to share, and then maybe Jen, you can talk about the beautiful gift of rest that we have. For those of you who don't know, we have a very active blog that's gotten a lot more active. We're posting meditations, we're posting tools, we're posting ways to interpret the data that's happening, we're posting news and current events. You can go to plentyconsulting.com/subscribe. It's free. We'd love to have you see those updates. And specifically, you're hearing a lot about our heart. We also have a pretty robust analytical head, and we've been doing a lot of data mining of the COVID-19 data just to help people orient to what's real and what isn't. We have an ongoing dashboard there that we'd love for you to see. And we'll be building out a larger Coronacare area of our site just so you have a place to go for resources on everything from, what's happening in the news around you to how do we homeschool? How do we keep ourselves well and whole during a time of change?
Yes. So we wanted to just leave you with our thoughts around this time period being a forced rest period, honestly. Forced family time, whether we like it or not, is this opportunity to stop the busyness and to slow down and really tune in to what matters most. Many of us, state by state, are being asked to take shelter, to not leave in some cases, to hunker down for a couple of weeks. And so we invite you, and we're here with you to practice what it looks like to shift our attention from being so external to being more internal, to what fills us up, to what helps us become strong and resilient and healing beings that we are. So we're here with you. We'd love to stay connected virtually and in community. And we know that community is one of the highest contributors to health and well-being and vitality. And so there is a way we can stay connected in community to community, and in community without having to be in each other's physical presence.
Yeah, and I would just add, that the times seem overwhelming, but that doesn't mean that we have to be in overwhelm. And I think we both hope that that together we all have everything we need to be successful, and we have everything we need to be healthy and whole. And together we'll emerge from this and say we're better off because of it. Even if we can't see that future right now, that future is there for us if we can support one another.
Be so well, be safe, to be continued. Please let us know how we can help. We're here for you, and we're so grateful that you took the time to listen. We'll see you soon.
Take care,
Bye.
folks.